My name is Dina, and if are you having a hard time manifesting and wondering why it's so hard to manifest your dream life? Well, what you're going to find out, or probably what you have figured out, is that um, manifesting actually is not hard. You've been doing it all along. You've been doing it your whole life since you were born. So, if you want to figure out how to use manifestation to work for you, then keep watching my channel and we're going to talk about it. I want this to be a discussion between you and me. If you're having issues, I know I have issues sometimes, then I want you to be able to come here and ask any questions about manifesting and manifestation that's going to help you shift your life into a place where you're satisfied with your life. You're happier than you have been. If you don't know me, my name is Dina. I am an author, and it's been a long time since I've been on this channel, but this is the first time I'm going live and I'm switching things up. I've always wanted this channel to be like a live connection between you people out there and me, and so that we can have a discussion, because I noticed that when you watch a lot of manifestation videos that there's no like direct interaction, and I wanted to create something where, if you're having issues with what you're manifesting, then you can chime in, go into the live chat and say hello, tell me your name, tell me where you're from, and ask, what are you dealing with? Like, what kind of manifestations are you dealing with in the moment that you're having difficulty with? And I'll just start by telling you my story. So the last time I did a video, I was just doing straight videos and kind of coaching, through the video. And basically the pandemic hit, and I had been wanting to get out of my massage job for a while because it was just, wear and tear on my body. And then so I once the pandemic hit, it was literally the excuse I needed to finally just quit and be done with it. And but honestly, I didn't have any backup. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do. But during the pandemic, I definitely was able to kind of double down on some of my other businesses as an author and do that. And but then once the funds started to dry out, then I needed to get a job, a like 9 to 5 job. And so I hit the market and was, putting in applications and things like that. And I did find something pretty quickly. But that job ended, within a few months. There wasn't any training available. And, I mean, there were parts of it that I enjoyed, but honestly, it was awful. So basically, once that job ended, then I kind of ended up having to move back home. And it's so funny how it came across. I mean, this is one of those times where I was like, the last thing I wanted to do was to move home. uh, but for the past, back then, the past few years, my mom had been, she's getting up in age and she really wanted me to come and help out. And so, and funny enough, in my own personal life, I was manifesting that, I really wanted to move to San Francisco at some point because I'm from the Bay Area, and I've always wanted to move to the city since I can remember, honestly. And so this kind of I thought to myself, this is what I'm manifesting, So I ended up, moving home with mom, and then, just to help take care of things. And that's kind of what I told myself. But really, I'm I moved here so that I could go to San Francisco, but I just kept thinking, well, this has to be like a bridge of incidents. So I don't know if you're at the beginning of your manifesting journey, if you've heard of a bridge of incidents. It's basically where uh, something happens that basically is there to connect you to what your end result is, what your main desired reality is. And so for me, it's like living this life in San Francisco, and and just loving the cultural diverseness and the city life, but being so small. I don't know, there's something about San Francisco that's always appealed to me. So to me, this felt like, well, maybe this is a bridge of incidents. And but I was telling, I was telling myself, telling other people, oh, I'm moving there to take care, help take care of my mom, which is true. And honestly, that's what ended up happening. So I've been here now for a few years, and I have been helping my mom out, which honestly is rewarding to be able to do that. Um, and right now it's just coming to me that that was also one of my manifestations, when something that I had been manifesting was thinking, you know I want to be able at some point to take care of my mom. Now I'm doing it, but not in the way that I had hoped, but I am doing that. So, basically all of that is to say that you are always manifesting. We are always manifesting. Whatever our beliefs are and our mindset is, that is what is being reflected to us on the plane of reality. Um, which is why, even though you may not have your desired reality yet, you might be thinking, oh, well, my manifestation is not working. It's broken. Oh, no, it's working, and it's showing you what you've been manifesting. So if what you're seeing on this plane of reality is not what you had imagined, uh, either it basically is just a reflection of your beliefs. So either you believe in your desired reality and that you can have it, or your beliefs are off, and that's really a good indication that you need to switch it up. And there are many ways that you can do that, but honestly, believing and your emotions behind your belief are what set your reality. And so it could be that you've been manifesting, or you've been, changing your mindset to your desired reality, and it just hasn't reflected, uh, in the plane of reality yet. Um, because basically what's in your now is basically what you've already manifested, that which is what that means is that when people say that, your reality is a reflection of, is something that you've already manifested, and your desired reality is just trying to catch up, or you are catching up to your desired reality in terms of your vibration. So whatever you're seeing in your now is something that you already manifested, meaning it's a reflection of what your beliefs have been. So if you have been diligently trying to change your beliefs, the way you feel, and believing you're in your desired reality, that will reflect eventually. When it reflects is when you align to it, is what I mean to say. So once you align to, or you start to believe that you deserve the desired reality, you start to, you can see yourself in your desired reality. You can imagine living through that person. So let's say, your desired reality is, to be a writer. Let's say it's to be a writer, like a famous writer, or you just want to sell a bunch of books. uh, Basically, you have to believe that you can sell, say, thousands of books, or that you can make a certain amount per month, which is why they say, oh, it's good to set goals for the amount that you want to make per month. And that way you're actually, and the fact, and if you can believe that if you can emotionally believe that you can receive that amount of money, then you will start to see those changes reflect in your reality. So one way to do it is, imagine going to your ATM and putting your card in, and, obviously from first person point of view and all that, yada yada yada. You stick your card in the bank, in the ATM, and just look at the bank statement and seeing thousands of dollars. It could also be, um, seeing yourself at book signings if you're a writer and you want to make lots of money, seeing yourself, from your point of view. So you're sitting at the desk and you can see your hands, and you can see your hands in the book in front of you, and you're signing the book, something like that. With fans in front of you, or someone stepping up for you to sign the book. Or it could be just as simple as, hearing a conversation where you imagine you're talking to your best friend or your mom or sister or whoever's in your, or your brother, or whoever's in your vicinity, your uncle, whoever whoever you talk to about personal things, people that you confide in, and you just imagine them, you telling them, wow, I'm a successful writer, and it's amazing how many fans I have, and it feels so good to feel, you know, the appreciation from the fans for my book. And if you can feel that emotionally, and it draws an emotional response from you, that's how you know that you have aligned with your desired reality. So, um more recently, I had, I said, in my title it says I quit but I'm okay. So, I've been here helping my family, and pretty much doing a lot for them. So in a way, that manifestation is done. I now have to tweak that manifestation to where I'm helping them more financially instead of like physically. But that's why they say be careful what you wish for, because in other words, what you're believing, what you wish for, it will materialize on this plane of reality, which is exactly what happened. So I am helping my family, but now it's like, okay, let me fine tune that. The point is to help them financially as opposed to physically, spend with time, granted it's valuable time that I'm spending with family, and that also feels good, honestly, because I've been alone for several years, living alone, not feeling alone, but living alone. I know some people feel really lonely and stuff when they're living by themselves. I'm not that person. I actually love my solitude, but it is important to have physical relationships. Oh my god. Oops. So anyway, yeah, so now it's time, I'm still tweaking, my internal manifestation so that I can see it on the plane of reality. But if you have issues, it's all about understanding that your reality is just a reflection of, what's going on in terms of your beliefs. And so, you know spend some time visualizing. And by visualizing, it really is like fantasizing about what would it be like to already have that desired reality, whether it's like you're the CEO of your own business, then visualize what that's like. Take yourself through the steps of hiring people, um, and take yourself through the steps of making decisions and seeing that from your own point of view. um, and so something that I did was, I was really concerned about, well, how do making money and stuff. Now that I'm doing this, uh, taking care of family, which is what I've been doing, it's the whole financial side. And I tried getting a job, and I did. It took a long time, but I did finally get a job. And it's still like, honestly, the universe was just telling me, this isn't really what you want to be doing. um, and I knew that, funny enough. And of course, I mean, it was funny because I knew that before I even got the job, but I just kept thinking if I could do something, that I enjoy and make money and then still pursue what I really want to do, then that would be fantastic. So, you know, I did that, and it still fell apart because I know what I'm really supposed to be doing, which is really talking to people like you. I really want to help people, and help people fine tune their manifestation, or help people align to their desired reality. Really, that's all it's about, is aligning yourself to your desired reality, realizing that you can have it, whatever it is. And it doesn't matter if you can imagine yourself having it, the sky's the limit. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And so I'm looking forward to, you joining me here, I want this to be a community of people, like a tribe of people, or community. Tribe just seems so, I don't know, weird, but like a community of people, because I got this idea and I was thinking, oh, I kind of roped this friend into it. And I thought, some one of my friends who I talk about this stuff with, manifestation and things. And, after a while she was like, that's really not my kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, all right. And so I kind of had to rethink how I wanted to do this. And then it just made sense to me. And I thought, I'm trying to build a community of people that I can talk to about this stuff. But what better way to find a community than on YouTube and talking to you? And, when you join me, we can have a discussion in the chat and make this a weekly thing. So I just got this video really quick because I'm using my new iPhone as a webcam, and I just wanted to get this out there because I just been waiting and waiting and waiting and trying to prepare, not just waiting and sitting around doing nothing, but literally preparing to get this so that I could give you this content. It looks good and it sounds good. Hello. And so that I could give you the best product. But I'm just looking forward to when you join me on this. I should be posting probably, I'm wanting to post 2 days a week. I'm thinking like Friday or the weekend, and then one during the week. Uh, but please chime in. Let me know what topics you want me to discuss. I do have a backlist of 100 and something videos, and it's probably pretty embarrassing because my camera wasn't so great back then. And, um, you know, I started out because I'm an author. I started out at the top of the pandemic. I had this idea. I'll just read my books online, and because I have a couple of published book series that are like romance and urban fantasy, whatever. But I thought I'll read my books online, and I did, and it was kind of fun, and it was cool to get my feet wet with that, and until I got my real purpose, which was to post about manifesting and spirituality in today's world. Um, so there's quite a bit of content. Um, but, just like in life, you grow and you learn. I've had so much transition in the past few years that some of the things that I talk about in those old videos, I've probably changed my stance on. I mean, I still think they're valid, but um, I've talked about scripting. I've talked about uh, manifesting when you have mental illness or like depression or anxiety. Um, I've talked about specific person and just general, everything about manifesting. But I think it'll be interesting to go back and see, how my views have changed with regard to manifesting. I am over 50 years old, and I've been manifesting for probably a quarter of a century. Like, I had my awakening event a quarter of a century ago. And so I have a lot of experience. I've been aware, awakening experience where I'm aware of my consciousness and aware of, what is the purpose of all this? And I'm growing still, obviously, and still learning. And so I'd love to lend my years of experience and of being an awakened individual to you, to help you figure out your issues, and also to have you help me figure out stuff that I'm going through. We can all help each other. This is a community. So, get on there on the chat, and we can talk about anything that's troubling you or frustrating you or even giving you joy. I mean, we can talk about our our triumphs as well as, any failures that we we have, which are bound to happen. But, failures only teach us, and they allow us to grow, because without the failures we wouldn't know how to have, what to desire, or what we like and don't like out of in this life. So yeah, so I look forward to talking to you and getting to know you and working through whatever things you have going on in your life. And if you do want to see any of my previous videos, just check out my channel. It's Real Manifestation Talk with Dina Haynes, and but just Real Manifestation Talk. And I'm so glad I got through this first video, this first live. I'm gonna go edit it and post it, and I'm excited to see you in the next one. All right.